Hey guys, if you're watching this video, I know the gurus have tricked you into doing cold outreach in order to acquire SMA clients, but you and I both know here, right? You don't have the time to be manually reaching out to 200, 400 people a day in order just to book a couple meetings every single month, right? So what if I told you there's another way? What if I told you there's a completely automated way to book meetings in your calendar without having to waste your time on cold DMs or cold callings, right? So in this video, we'll be breaking down exactly that. I'll be showing you guys how to implement the cold SMS blast system. So stay tuned.
Let's get straight into it, ladies and gentlemen. As I said earlier, in this video, I'll be breaking down the most effective way to book meetings in your calendar without having to waste money on paid ads or waste your time doing cold calling, right? So what is this? What is this system essentially, right? What it is called cold SMS, and the reason why it's so effective is because it's all automated, right? So how do I set this up? Obviously, the first thing that you want to do before you do anything else is set up the system, right? So what you're going to do is create a simple automation sequence on GoHiLove, right? So essentially, you're going to create a trigger contact created, and the next thing that you're going to put is the drip mode, right? The batch size will depend on the amount of threshold that you have in terms of SMSs per day, right? For you, if you're a beginner, right? If you had just created your GoHiLove account, you're just starting SMS Blast, right? You want to make sure your batch size is 100 to 200 a day. Being otherwise, your number will get flagged as spam and then you won't be able to send out SMSs anymore, right? So once you warm that up, after 2 weeks of doing it at 100, 200, speak to GoHiLove support and they'll increase that threshold for you. But for me, however, I do the batch size as 1,000. Reason why is because, I have this GoHiLove and my number for a while, so I will not get flagged as spam, right? My threshold is already high up, right? Then the next thing you want to select is a drip interval, right? For me, it's going to be 1 day, right? You can choose minutes, you can choose hours, right? But I suggest you guys choose a day. Reason what it means is essentially, right? Say it sends 1,000, SMSs to 1,000 leads, like in 1 day, right? The next day, it will send the next 1,000 to the next batch of, the next 1,000 leads in your lead list. Does that make sense? Right? Obviously, the next part of the system, essentially, you need to create a script, right? You need to create a script that will actually get these guys to reply to you, right? Because if they don't reply to you, right, you'll never know how to book them in, right? Or when the trigger or cue is to book them in, right? So with the SMS, with the script, you can copy me. What I essentially do is, I just say their name using custom fields of GoHiLove, use the location on the custom fields of GoHiLove based, and it will take the lead list that you create, right? Depending on the fields that you map. And I'll go into this later. So hey, first thing, this is Katie. We're looking for 5 more tree service owners in location to send 35 pre-qualified estimates on a complete pay and results basis. Reply yes if you're interested in hearing more. The reason why I use that final part, reply yes, is because what I found works best after doing multiple cold SMSs is if you just put most of the time, they'll just say yes, and it's the most simple thing, most no-brainer thing to type on the keyboard, right? Because you're telling them what to write if they want to, hear more. They don't have to think, they don't have to delete their text and send another one, think of how to reply, right? It's pretty simple, low intent, and will get a lot of people replying, right? Next thing is obviously, you want to wait, right? Wait a day for people to respond to you or not respond to you. So if they don't respond to you, you can create a system where you're having more sequences in place. But for me, I just keep it simple because I believe simplicity scales, right? I just time them out and I move them on to the follow-up sequence in my pipeline, right? But if they reply based on their intent, I have different workflows, right? For example, if their intent is good, right, and they're actually interested in hearing more, so they reply yes, I'm interested, or yes, right? I just send an SMS saying, this is Katie again, thanks for replying, do you have some time now for a quick call? Reason being is because you're going to immediately call them anyways, right? Because you have to call them immediately as soon as they reply. And that's the key part of the system. If you're not doing that, then most likely you're not going to pick up their phone, because when they reply, that means they're on their phone. So make sure to call them immediately, right? However, if they do not respond, you have this SMS already written down, right? They'll most likely just text you back saying, I'm available at this time to give me a call, right? As well as that, I have an internal notification just notifying me on my phone, on Lead Connector, or on my laptop, right, saying reply to SMS Blast, call and book them in. And this way, it just simplifies the process, so I don't have to, go through the whole lead list to find who replied and who didn't reply. I'm already notified who replied, so I just search their name and I immediately call them, right? Let's say if they didn't reply, let's say if they reply with bad intent, right? what you're gonna do is, let's say what I do is just add a note saying lead is not interested, do not contact it, and I'll just move them on to not interested, right? So that's pretty much how it is. That's the system, right? So what you want to do next is obviously source leads, and there's multiple ways you can source leads. There's multiple options, and these are all the ones that are listed are paid. You're gonna go on Fiverr. Fiverr, you can pay $5 to $10 for someone to scrape 1,000, 2,000 leads for you, all verified. You got D7, which is a software which costs like $50 per month, but with that you can do unlimited scrapes, right? And it's very fast and efficient. I suggest you guys use D7, right? And then you have Apollo, which is obviously the best but the most expensive. However, there's ways to get leads from Apollo without having to pay $500 a month, right? Essentially, what you do is you create an Apollo account, right? And you do the filtration like as you usually do, right? For me, the job titles, owners. I want to reach out to people who are actually, in the power positions, right? I don't want to reach to someone who's just, doing the job. So like, he's not gonna know, he's not gonna be the decision maker on the call, right? You just want to put people who are gonna be decision makers, right? Location, United States, company keywords. I put, tree service. Reason why is obviously, that's the niche that I'm targeting for you. If you're targeting solar, put solar. If you're targeting like, I don't know, paving, put paving. Right, depending on who you're targeting, put the keywords there, right? And what you're gonna do is copy it, and then you're gonna go on scrape.apollolead.com, put the link, and click the amount of leads that you want from the lead list. And for example, if I want 1,000, it will charge me $5 for exclusive Apollo leads, which are usually the best quality, right? So once you have your leads, you want to upload it to Go High Level, right? So I'll upload it. You gotta make sure that you have a CSV document. You're gonna click Import Document, right? You're gonna click Import. Contacts, next, right? And then you're gonna, go on your leads, drag it there. And obviously you have to map the fields, but usually if it's already filtered out the same way, and if you're a guy or if the software mapped it out in terms of location, company name, and like all the details that you already have field mapped out on Go High Level, it will automatically do so. And what you're gonna do is click next. Right, and that's pretty much it. I'm not gonna go do it because I've already done it. I'm just showing you guys, example. Right, so what you're gonna do next thing is obviously you need to launch the SMS blast. And how do you guys do that? You essentially click all the leads that you've added onto the contacts, and you're gonna add to automation, right? And then you're gonna click OK, proceed, click the workflow, drip sequence, the one that you created, SMS blast. Right, and you're just gonna add to automation, and that way it's gonna be activated. Right, so some key things to remember when activating this system is, if the lead replies, immediately call them. As I said earlier, it's really important that you call them immediately, because that's most likely they're gonna answer. Right, speak to lead is always key. Just remember that. Right, and that's why we have that notification. Right, next thing is you want to track all the metrics. The reason why you want to track the metrics is kind of obvious, right? You want to know how many like SMSs does it take you to book one call, how many calls you need to through SMS blast to close one client. But once you have, right, you will know what is wrong with the system, whether it's like whether it's the way when you're calling them, right, and trying to book them in, they get resistant, or whether it's your script itself when you're reaching out to these people that's not causing them to reply. Right, if you track everything, then you know what's the problem with the system, right? Whether it's you not closing, or whether there's something wrong with the way you're qualifying them and trying to book them in so they're not showing up, or is it the way they're not really replying to your SMSs, and that's why you're not able to convert them. So then only that you'll know what to change, right? And then rinse and repeat this process, because once you upload that lead list, let's say you upload 10,000 leads, and your batch sequence is, your batch is 1,000. Batch size 1,000, so every day is sending 1,000 leads. 10 days straight, you run out of leads. You're just gonna scrape leads again, right, and upload it again to Go High Level as contact, and just add it to the initial system sequences, and that way it will launch. Right, so that's pretty much it, guys. If you found this useful, just subscribe to me, please, because that's free. And as well as that, give me a comment on what video I should do next. As well as that, if you're really looking to work with me one-on-one, and where we can systems for you so that we can book calls in your calendar and make sure you close them and scale and grow your agency, right? Just drop me a DM on Instagram. I'm more than happy to hop on a call and guide you throughout the whole process. Thank you.